Hey guys, Mighty Gazelle here, back with more Reading the My Hero Academia manga. This is chapter 421. The unofficial translations just came up on TCB Scans. The 2-week hiatus is over. Unfortunately, I know that after this week is another 2-week wait. But that's just how it goes. I think it's Golden Week next week, so hoping that this chapter isn't ending on a crazy cliffhanger. In a way, I'm kind of sad because, well, I mean, obviously the series is ending soon, but that's not the main reason. Up until kind of this point, like during the whole final war, there's always room for like so much speculation and so much theory as to like what's gonna happen. And generally, you have like a good idea, and it's like a lot of fun. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I kind of struggle to think what could happen, at least specifically, regarding this final fight we're in right now. All we know is that, like, we're getting reinforcements, which leads me to my own crazy theories I'll get to. But, yeah, like, my predictions boil down to this. I believe that anyone who's still left, like Class 1A or maybe Pro Heroes, I think they'll show up. Anyone who's left to be able to fight. My outlandish part of me is begging for Koichi, but I don't think it's likely in any case. So I'll just mention it. And then I still, regarding like Shigaraki and Tenko, I don't think they're not that I don't think, I know they're not gone. My theory is that they're in the realm beyond the singularity, which is something they reference in Vigilantes. Again, I have no basis for this, but the fact that All for One can't even sense that they're there, and that they're somewhere beyond us being able to see them or hear them right now, that's just my own theory. But yeah, so let's just kind of dive on in and see what this chapter has to offer. My only real theory I think that could be true is I want Kirishima and Mina to help out, because they were both able to fight, and I hope that they're among the people who can show up and help. Okay, let's dive on in. 421. And first page. Who am I looking at here? It's Kirishima, Mina, and several others. We have Shoji, Koda. We even have a Hagakure. By the way, Rikasu gave me a heads up, who does the translations for these for TCB. He said that the scans might look a little wonky because I guess digital scans weren't available. That's fine with me. I understand it's not going to look quite as clean as before, but kind of nostalgic in a way, because if anyone remembers way back, like TCB used to always have these versions, I'm pretty sure. So, let's rock with it. Let's roll with it. Let's have a good time. So yeah, we're getting several members of Class 1A, and I love that the Kirishima and Mina are among the very first they show. That's great. We have Aoyama, who's looking pissed. They all look to some level of like seriousness, though. Hagakure is wearing some sort of jacket, obviously, because she was running wild before. Okay, so they're saying some stuff. So we have Koda. Wait, the narrator says Class 1A coming one after the other. Yes, I love Class 1A, so that makes me happy. So Koda says the police asked for anyone who could still fight. Shoji says, good to see you. Kirishima says, so you guys came too. And he looks more damaged than I remember him looking. He's got like a big bandage on his forehead. He's looking kind of bloody, but he's here, so Hagakure doesn't say anything. Aoyama doesn't say anything. Mina says, and I heard from Azawa Sensei that Kurogiri is now on our side. Mina looking great, by the way. She still has her sort of like part of her skin not being pink, and it looks like her eye is still slightly white. Now, I don't care really what Horikoshi does with this, but I really hope it doesn't stay that way, because she's so much cooler being all pink and like having the black eyes. Hopefully, when they rest and recuperate, it comes back. I think it's just a side effect of being dehydrated, maybe. But anyway, and then you have Kaminari, seeing how our friend was still fighting. And you have Momo. We couldn't refuse the call. Hell yeah. And we have Sue. Okay, now we're getting the other people. Sue says, as long as we're conscious, we'll go anywhere it takes. Jiro says, after all, we sought victory for so long. And then Mineta says, if I didn't step up today, I wouldn't even know why I ever dreamed of being a hero. That's why. Guys, says Deku. And then the little bubble with Mineta has his hair, a little hair bubble, so you know it's him talking. That's great. I wouldn't even know why I ever dreamed of being a hero. That's why. Guys, says Deku, and he's just looking up and crying. My Hero Academia. We are here. Oh, shit. Oh, that's like, why did I ever think of a chapter being called We Are Here? That's so great. Oh, it's a play on, you already know it's a play on. Oh, this is a great shot. Literally, we're all here. It's starting to show a little bit the fact that it's not digital, because so basically the only difference is between what we normally get with the digital scans and what we got now. The blacks are very black. It gets rid of some detail. But honestly, that's fine. I think I can still make out kind of who we got here. Okay, so we got Kendo, we got Kami, we got a few people from Shiketsu, 1B. I think I see Hound Dog. Yeah, Hound Dog? No, someone else is muzzled back there. I guess. Is there any other members of 1A that they didn't showcase? Kirishima, it's so crazy. He looks like he's so bloody that he can't even see any detail on him. I'm trying to see if there's any other 1A. Oh, Death Arms is here. Cool. The guy who can morph into anything black from 1B. I can't remember his name. Also, a lot of 1B, some Shiketsu, and there's no other 1A students that I can make out right now that they didn't showcase at the beginning. That's interesting. I wonder if that's it. Because my own personal theory is I think Bakugo, Todoroki, Tokoyami, and probably Uraraka are done, at least in regards to fighting, because they had a really satisfying final acts and they were severely wounded. And I like the idea that these other students can shine without. Don't get me wrong, I freaking love Bakugo. I wouldn't be mad if he was here or something like that. But how often do you get to see these Shoji and Sero and all these other people shine? I like that idea. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I can't see anyone else from 1A that they didn't showcase. So I wonder if that's it, or maybe we'll get more. I don't know. We are here, but yeah, that's great. Oh, I can't wait to see this in the digital version. Oh, so good. And it's at least 30 heroes we're seeing right here, with more still. Oh, Gentle, I didn't even see Gentle came through the gate, and yeah, you just see a bunch of gates, so there's still more people coming. And then the warp gates has a really cool effect with 1/3 of it, or 1/4 of it being white. Pretty cool. I like that. Kind of shows that Shirakumo is having influence on it. That's a great shot. Number 421, we are here. That's great. Oh, another great shot. We're seeing the back of All for One, and then from his perspective, looking at all these heroes come in. And there's a lot of people being warped in. And that's another thing I'm curious about, is what is the mental state of All for One? What exactly is operating him right now? So many soon-to-be corpses. That's what he thinks first. So many soon-to-be corpses. That's so stereotypical evil. As a part of Tomura, I was supposed to vanish alongside him. But I heard the sound of Yoichi being shattered to pieces. My whole world turned to gray. My attachment was severed. And then, no attack has since been able to get through this void of pure loss. That's how I was able to avoid certain defeat. Oh! So there's a theory going around. I should mention this while we're on the topic of like a parasite theory. I think it's a very well constructed theory. Personally, I don't like the idea of quirks being explained in such a way, like having such a definite scientific explanation. I'm not a fan of it. I like the idea of there's being some sort of mysticism around the origin of quirks. They've done just enough, like hinting that it was spread around by like the rats and stuff. And that it just was like a genetic mutation of sorts. I like that. Leave it at that. Like, you know, I don't want any like specifics, but it is interesting. We're getting some explanation here. So basically, that's crazy. When I heard the sound of Yoichi being shattered to pieces, my whole world turned to gray. So this is All for One. He's just any semblance of emotion or like whatever he was just like died. Like the second Yoichi vanished. As a part of Tomura, I was supposed to vanish alongside of him. So basically, when Yoichi died, which I still think he's not dead, I think something's going on with that. It just hit him so hard that he severed any connection to Tomura. And that no matter what Deku did, it just wouldn't pierce through this just veil of sadness, as he put it. Void of pure loss, whatever. Now I get it, Izuku Midoriya. Tragedies are what make people stronger, don't you agree? Oh my god, dude, he's transforming like... Oh god, it's kind of grotesque. I don't even know how you describe this. One of his legs is turning into like roots or something. What? So, oh wow, this is like straight like Horikoshi do so good with the horror manga. Basically, he's like floating in the air, and one of his legs turns to like roots or something, and a ball where his foot was. He's got his arm. Basically, the main transformations in his arms. They're just branching off into like what I would call like roots of a tree or like something. And there's a bunch of the spikes sticking out of his favorite quirk, as we know, his first one. Actually, those might be a little bit different. Those look a little bit different than Bone Spear, but maybe it is. It's just kind of deformed. Tragedies are what make people stronger, don't you agree? And he's just transforming, dude. He's looking crazy. Sarah says, "I don't think so." I'm Sarah, bitch. I don't think so. I love it. I just think in the grand scheme of My Hero Academia that at some point in the story, Sero, to the great big bad evil of that Deku and All for One, is destined to defeat. Sero's like, I don't think so. I'm sorry, I find such joy in that. It's like so great. That's why I like My Hero. Anyone can do anything. I don't think so, Cicero. My life is not full of ups and downs like you guys. What motivates me on a daily basis is just the wish to not be left behind in terms of skills. I love that. Besides, that one guy had it rough. Some time ago, he looked almost like an addict. Oh, he's talking about Deku. Wait, no. Oh, whoa. Oh, is this Todoroki? It's a little hard to tell with the loss of detail, but that's why. I'd prefer if those sad things just cease to exist as Sero fires tape. Flash fire. It's Endeavor or Todoroki. What? Color me surprised that they can still fight. I mean, I don't hate it. Wow. Really quick about what Sero said. I really like how he acknowledged like it's such this is really important. Okay, I know people are just gonna kind of read through this and whatever, but Sero, he is kind of like a normal dude. Like in this class, you have like the Todoroki family about abuse and like overcoming family tragedy. You have Deku with this like huge weight thrusted upon his life of having to like succeed one for all. You got Bakugo who's trying to catch up with him, and then like you have Sero, who straight up says, "My life it's not full of ups and downs like them. What motivates me on a daily basis is just to not be left behind in terms of skill." That is so. Horikoshi's ability to showcase the non-important people is amazing to me, and I love that. Flash Fire Fist as we get. So we're getting a double Flash Fire Fist as they come through the portals. Yeah, and they just pelt all for one. I'm kind of flabbergasted that they can still fight. They left off like depleted. Endeavor at this point, you can't even see as a freaking pupils. He's probably just like an autonomous robot at this point. Like his soul has left his body. He's just moving through sheer will at this point. But yeah, they blast him with the double Flash Fire Fist. We're getting a little bit of a flashback. Okay. Oh man, I wish I had some details on this one because I think they're carting Dabi away. Hold up, let me zoom in a little bit. Take her to Recovery Girl now, and is that that old lady kept taking care of the wounded until she reached her limit. I'm not sure if she can heal them now. Who is it? Who are they carting away? If you stay by her side, you'll only heat her up. So if you still can, go there and fight. Oh, okay, so that must be the mom. Okay. I was like, who is she? Like, Recovery Girl? Oh, take her to Recovery Girl. A Recovery Girl reference. Bearing the lead here. Forget the Todoroki family. Recovery Girl. She lives. I know. I'm kidding. I know she's alive, but like, just every time we see her, she just looks worse and worse. And I don't think we've seen her physically in a long time. Okay, no, so they actually just straight up talked about it. Take her to Recovery Girl now. That old lady. I thought when they were saying old lady, I thought they were talking about their own mom for a second. That old lady kept taking care of the wounded until she reached her limit. I'm not sure she can heal them now. Okay. Yeah. If you stay by her side, you'll only heat her up. So if you still can, go there and fight. He's talking about I wonder if he's talking about his dad, because Todoroki obviously wouldn't be the one to heat him up, but you know Natsu, he sort of like talks about his dad in a ribbing sort of way. Anyway, sorry, I get caught up in semantics all the time. Anyway, Sero wraps up both of them, who they have to be like on fumes at this point. Like they look so exhausted. Endeavor looks like a mummy. Sero says, "That's it. That's what I've been thinking since I heard you defeated Dabi." They referenced the panel. The panel that everyone always freaks out about, where it just shows Sero. It's like ... Like he doesn't say anything. Everyone's like, what the hell is he thinking? Now they just straight up said it. That's it. That's what I've been thinking since I heard you defeated Dabi. Thank you. Present Mike! Hey! People... He comes through the portal. People were being ridiculous. Like, oh, Present Mike must have died. That's why he's not in the portal. I'm like, tough. Stop. So everyone who can still fight is already here, says Present Mike. That means we're not getting Koichi. Maybe we'll get a surprise, but I don't know. I guess people are still kind of warping in, unless he's the last one. Yeah, shouts, is this Deku? Today's the big day, guys. Oh no, so this is Present Mike, obviously, but you see Deku like mouth open. Today's the big day, guys. Let's go. This is our final big mission. Oh, dude. That's a good shot. Again, I can't wait to see the digital scans of this. And I mean, let me be clear. I actually don't mind these scans as they are. They serve their purpose fine. But the shot of President Mike, he's coming out of the portal, and you kind of get like a pan down of all the heroes that are left. There's a good amount of heroes that are kind of still. Obviously, they're all beat up and like bloody and stuff, and they're going after like. This is so cool. It's just like this army, like go, like, and you have All For One out there, just like this. I don't know, like it's like vines, like he's just spreading himself across the battlefield. Kind of crazy. This is our final big mission. So many wounded heroes, and I feel nothing. That's sad, honestly. Without All Might, you're nothing but scraps to me. An All Might reference. Yeah. I wonder. That makes me think. Like, if All Might was there, let's say All Might was there in the mech suit right now. Would that titillate the senses for him? Would that get his juices going? You know, people were just talking about this in Twitter. Actually, someone had a post. So I was like, yeah, it's funny to think that like besides getting Yoichi, All For One just gets this man going. So many wounded heroes, and I feel nothing, and that's sad, honestly. Without All Might, you're nothing but scraps to me. And as he begins to wind up like a, I don't know what you'd call this. Like we're at the point where the moves don't even look like. It doesn't even look like a standard like laser beam or lightning or spears. It's just like. It's like tendrils. It's like a organism like kind of move. It's kind of crazy. And then we get 13. Oh no, there's Hound Dog. Yes, that must have been Hound Dog. She's what the fuck? She's like on top of Hound Dog. Black hole. That's so cool. Why is that so cool? If anyone on their bingo sheets had 13 riding into battle on Hound Dog to attack All For One, then congratulations. And then if Gang Orca, it's kind of like a combo attack. Hey, you know what? That's cool. I'm glad like it's not just the students that like some of the heroes that are left are throwing attacks out. But that said, I want some Class 1A attacks. I don't need them to steal the show. Or no, you know what? No, fuck that. I want them to steal the show. I want them to have badass hits on All For One, at least one each for whoever's here. But this is cool that we're getting third. Like that's a fun combo. Why is that so cool? And then like did you boom like hitting them clean sweep. Says All For One. He's just unfazed. That's crazy, by the way. I kind of buried the lead there. He says, I feel nothing. Like, he so many wounded heroes, and I feel nothing. And that's sad, honestly. He says, oh, you gonna cry? You gonna cry, All For One? Oh, this is great. This is so cool. Divert It, says, Burnin, and who else do we got here? I just see Burnin that I recognize. Divert It, and then he says clean sweep and just knocks them all to the side. He's too fast. We need a few dozen heroes to deal with just one attack. There's no opening. This is crazy. We've got to stay together, guys. Let's fight as one, says Kendo. I have to go, says Deku, whose arms are back. Like, to me, they look back. I think the rewinding just stopped because you still see some like little residual energy, but they're like pretty back. So Deku tries to stand up and he stumbles. Aizawa is right there with him. He says, "You got rewound a few minutes back to the point right before you lost your arms. All the damage you've accumulated remains." Ooh. Oh, that's a good shot of Deku. Unfortunately, a lot of the reference panels that are behind him that are from the fight, I'm guessing, are kind of like really splotched a little bit for detail. But Deku looks pretty crisp right here. Aizawa says, "How long have you been at it now?" Deku says, "I threw away one for all." And Aizawa like looks surprised. So you don't have it anymore, says Aizawa. The same goes for the quirks of the previous users. While I didn't have it for such a long time, I, a quirkless person, had one for all ingrained in me. Like what happened to All Might. And we're getting a reference to like way back with him, and they're running on the beach, and All Might's like, I have passed on a sacred torch to you, young man. Like, and it shows the whole visuals, like, to All Might. And then we're seeing All Might and Camino, which was obviously his final act. My embers have not gone out. No fucking way. Oh my god. He's pulling an All Might. By the way, I just want to, like, all these people who are giving me shit, they were saying, like, Almighty, like, you don't realize Deku still has all these powers, like, you're crazy. And I'm like, are you reading the same story? He sent the users, like, bullets out of his body to damage Shigaraki. And then they're like, but he still has, like, base one for all. And even then, I'm like, does he, though? Because what is base one for all? It's Yoichi. Yoichi's the core of the quirk. If he's gone, like, and people were like, Mighty's happy. He's going to have, like, no quirks. And I'm like, I need to clarify this now while I have you guys here. I never wanted Deku to be quirkless or to lose his powers. I just want what makes sense. And if Deku sends his powers away, it makes sense that he wouldn't have them. Like, if somehow they just came back to him after he did that self-sacrificial move and went through all the memories and stuff that he did, what's the point? This is the result. And I'm bored with what's happening. He's got. So here's the thing, though. He says he has the embers. Is the embers just like base one for all? Like, or is the embers? Does he have embers of the individual quirks? Like, can he still kind of use Black Whip? Can he still kind of use Float? I'm gonna assume it's just the base sort of the power up speed type thing. But this shot is sick, though. My embers have not gone out, and it just shows like the fire. It's just like All Might, though. That's crazy. Oh my god. Hey, All Might did a lot with his embers before they finally went out. He did some good hero work. Hell, the USJ was just embers when he beat the Nomu. And when he was past his prime and lost, he only had one lung and half of his organs, but guy's a beast. Anyway, sorry, I had to go on a tangent there. I'm very sorry. And with those embers, all for one will, Deku says, and the Midoriya, says Aizawa. Here's some medicine and bandages. Also, I need to cool your body. I got all of this from the refugees. Oh, it's the shirt. He put on all my shirt. Oh, that's so fucking cool. Oh, it's from the guy who was a dweeb and he was like, I don't want him in here. Now he gave him his shirt. Oh, that's great. And it's a cool shirt. That's a cool shirt. It's like a very simplistic, like, All Might. It's just the smile, his eyebrows, and his, like, the silhouette of his eyes. That's great. I got all these from the refugees, and Deku puts it on. That's so great. It's a men's non-number t-shirt with 5 variations, available in all sizes. Deku says. Oh my god, that's so great. That's my nerd. I love him. Here we are against the Lord of Evil, and he just puts on his shirt, and he's like, oh, hey, it's a men's non-numbered t-shirt with 5 variations available in all sizes. It's funny. In my Wish predictions I put out a few days ago, like just outlandish things, I specifically said, give us something funny to laugh at. There's been a lot of deep sadness and action-packed stuff, give us one thing to laugh at. This qualifies to me. Maybe I'm the only one who laughed, but that looks so cool, dude. I like the idea of Deku going in this final battle with wearing an All Might t-shirt. Oh, that's so good. Let's run, says Aoyama, and he grabs his hand. Aoyama, you need our power as much as we need yours. But when he says let's run, this little star, like, you know, Aoyama's little trademark thing, take my hand, Aoyama-kun. He's thinking back to when Aoyama was kind of all alone and like chained up. He's like, take my hand. That's so perfect. That's Aoyama. I love that. I love everything about this. This is a great chapter. And we're cutting to all the people watching. Do your best, shouts some people from who are watching the shelter. Who they still seem kind of quiet, but like there's still probably some people in there that are like really amped up. Look, everyone's fighting together, and you see Deku get up, Aoyama holding him by the hand. Come on, go! And you have Izawa just like, get him. Oh, and they got Koda saying, "Big bro Midoriya," and then you have Gran Torino says, "Deku." Is that the first time Gran Torino said Deku? Honestly, it might be. Someone needs to clarify that for me, though. That might be the first time he's ever called him Deku. Because doesn't he always call him, like, Kid or, like, whatever, like Izuku or Midoriya? I don't think he's ever called him Deku. Maybe I'm wrong. That's kind of cool, though. Then you have all this, you have the shirtless guy who's like, yeah, fuck him up. He didn't actually say that, but, like, that's the expression I'm getting from him. And then you have Eri says, Deku-san. She's, like, cheering, and she's got a little bandage on her horn. You have the look at him kid who's just always glued to his computer, it seems, with the Shark Boy. I love how like this look at him kid has had like 30 appearances and 27 of them have been like him watching something on a screen. Horikoshi loves to pan to him. And then you see Deku's foot like, do your best. The boy runs. End of the chapter. And the shot is of Deku beginning to run. You see some of the like electricity that's around him, like, you know, the classic like when he honestly kind of that's something we don't really see much anymore, is the standard like electricity that would go around him when he would activate like full cowling and stuff. I wonder if that's like what he has to resort to now, is like full cowling like 5% or whatever, you know, just a basic kind of speed boost. Because maybe he has to like preserve how much of he uses of the embers. There's like a lot of things that are running through my mind right now. But he looks so great. He's wearing the All Might shirt. The boy runs. They have to play You Say Run for this. Like, they literally says the boy runs. Unless they make a new track, like a deviation sort of You Say Run, but it's like We Say Run or something. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, break next week. Absolutely phenomenal chapter. There are so many things that I love about this. How long have I'm at 33 minutes. Damn, sorry for the long. I don't even think this is like it was probably like a good 15, 16 pages. But so many things. So a lot of it like panned out sort of how I thought it would. Which is surprising because I really didn't have any concrete predictions for this chapter. But basically, outside of the sort of end stuff where it's clarifying that he just has the embers left, which is crazy. I don't think, I'm kind of in the camp with people who don't like the idea of him ending the series quirkless. I'm still believing that Yoichi is not gone. I stand by my theory that they're in the realm beyond the singularity. That's my official stance on it. And I think Tenko's there too, and possibly Shigaraki, because it would be very strange if that what we just saw of Shigaraki getting disintegrated, it was the last we ever saw of that character. I think we're going to get some dialogue between him and Tenko, or maybe some of the vestiges, like with Nana and stuff. There's something left to that area of the story. Because Yoichi means so much to the plot that there's no way he would just leave without saying anything. Like, anything at all. Am I the only one that finds that bizarre? So no, I'm fully inclined to believe that he is not gone, despite what All For One believes. But for the most part, this is sort of kind of playing out how I thought it would. Todoroki and Endeavor are a surprise. I thought they were done. But if they can come, then I don't see any reason why like a Bakugo or even an Uraraka can't. Although, you guys, you can make the argument that Todoroki really didn't get hurt as bad. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of flack for people who say, like, I don't want Bakugo to show up. What I mean is, I thought his final act to defeat the main All For One, and he's laying on the ground, he says, give him hell, or do your best, Suzuki, or whatever he says, to fist up in the air. That felt very, like, final and perfect to me. So I'm okay if he doesn't show up. Like, and even Endeavor and Todoroki, doesn't look like they can do too much. Like, the second they came in and did their flash fire fist, Sarah had to like grab them because they look like they're about to pass out. So it's not like they're going to be doing that much. So maybe, you know. And Uraraka literally was about to bleed out, and she had some nasty wounds. So, and Recovery Girl apparently can't really help anyone anymore. So I don't like, to me it doesn't make sense that she would appear, but I'm so happy that the first panel, Horikoshi, thank you for this gift. Literally the first half of the first panel, my beloved Kirishima and Mina, right there. I don't know how they'll get close enough to do an attack, but I really, really want 1A, like every member of 1A to get a significant something on All For One. Like, this is the final battle. I don't want them just to be here to be cheerleaders. That's just me. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I'll be okay with whatever happens because this chapter was amazing. And seeing everyone show up for Deku is just so cool. By the way, this kind of came up in my mind, and I don't want to like beat this horse to death or anything, but when Deku has the shirt on and he's like, oh, it's a special edition, whatever, my mind just immediately kind of went to Koichi, because Koichi's whole thing, and I'm going to be posting about this, so stay tuned for that. His whole thing is he fought in special edition All Might hoodies because he admired All Might so much, and he collected all the very special editions, the ones you could only get in Tokyo, the ones you could only get in Narahata, just various places, and he had a collection of all of them, and that's what he fought in because he admired him so much, and like these two would get along so well. It's almost like killing me inside that like they went this route and had him say like, oh, this is a special edition, whatever, and there's no Koichi, because my God, they would be such good friends. The fact they probably won't even meet hurts me inside because like, gosh. Anyway. Great chapter. I love how Aoyama was the one who lent his hand to help him get up. I'm glad it wasn't like Ida, because Ida's already done this during the Hero Hunt arc. And Ida's one of those people. Ida could show up. I could see him showing up. He didn't really get hurt. His engines just basically exploded, probably, because how much he had to use them to help Todoroki get there. But yeah, we're here. Like, if I had to guess, we probably have a good 15 chapters left in My Hero Academia. Maybe 20. It kind of depends on how long this final fight goes. Like, let's assume this final fight, like the fighting itself, goes another like 7-8 chapters. And then sort of like a resolution to the battlefield within the next like 10 to 12, and then you give like 5 or so for like kind of post-war. I'd like more than that. I'm not saying that's what I want, but I want more than that, but that's kind of what I expect. So yeah, like 15 to 20-ish. I think 20 will be good. But this is kind of crazy. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. And thank you guys, as always, for watching. If you found this video entertaining or insightful, consider liking, subscribing. I do these every week. And, of course, for the remainder, I'll be here. The boy runs. All right. Until next time, it's been Mighty Gazelle. Hoping you all have a mighty day. See you guys.